for prayers. They marched on north, the elf blood froze. The peppermint fields now lined with woes.
We're laughing aloud now, magic in the air. Wands roll around us, cast away our care. Friends in the hallways, adventures we find. Spells and enchantments, trouble on our mind. That's so wizards, oh, 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 oh. Life is a spell we know. We're casting joy and glow, oh, oh. That's a wizard show.
I know. You thought you were going to make it through the holidays without anything from these guys, but God forbid, Wizards of the Coast doesn't find another way to keep us entertained. Broadcasting live from Site B on a gloomy Saturday morning, it's your boy, the OGGM, wishing you a happy, healthy night before Hanukkah. I'm here with Steve the Cat, and we're looking out the latest Wizards of the Coast news, now with extra edginess. So yesterday, Wizards of the Coast, in their infinite wisdom, finally gave us a hint for what we can expect with the future of their video game franchises after, everything that's gone wrong with their video game franchises this year. And it's Dungeons and Dragons Warlock, video game announced by Invoke Studios, featuring classic 1990s band TOOLK. And we have a character played by Tracy Helfer of Battlestar Galactica fame called Katya. And I guess that's the character you play. So this is more one character, third person action adventure game where you will solve challenges and take down monsters with various things. You'll have some freedom in how to solve it. There's no dice rolling involved in the game. It's really a video game that just happens to use some D&D stuff. In fact, they say if you're not familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, you're not going to feel friction, like you're missing details in the world. But if you are a fan of the universe, you're going to be really excited about what we are doing with the lore of the series for Warlock. Because, nothing says Dungeons and Dragons like a third-person action adventure where the main character is a warlock and you don't really have any D&D stuff involved in it. Sounds like it's just some edgy 1990s, let's make World of Warcraft, but not World of Warcraft. I mean, this trailer feels very, very World of Warcrafty. So let's watch the trailer. And if the music sounds familiar and I get in trouble for it, well, it's TOOLK. So, hey, I have TOOLK's first CD. I met the guy when the band was first forming in the 90s. So shout out to TOOLK.
All of this magic, this pact we have forged, what is the cost?
This in no way, shape, or form looks like World of Warcraft. Is that the Eye of Vecta? This in no way, shape, or form looks like World of Warcraft. Nothing says Warlock like Necromancer. So there we go. That's the trailer for Warlock. It's coming out supposedly sometime next year. It just drips Dungeons and Dragons, right? I mean, I watched that and I was like, yeah, that is so D&D. We have a Warlock who is absolutely in no way, shape, or form a ripoff of characters from World of Warcraft, who is using necromancy to fight vaguely Asian skeletons and things that kind of look like maybe a beholder. I don't know. And we've got raven feathers and a Tool soundtrack. And so I guess we're fighting raven people, or we work for the Raven Queen. I mean, it's nice to see Tracy Helfer. She was great, right? We love her from Battlestar Galactica and all the other stuff she's done. So yeah. Yeah, this totally sings D&D to me, right? Right. I just saw this and I was like, yes, I want to play D&D, as opposed to I just saw this and went, man, I miss playing World of Warcraft. I miss my World of Warcraft characters. Yeah. 90s aesthetic, 90s music. Total. Yep. Nothing says 2026 Dungeons and Dragons to me like Warlock, who's a Necromancer and is the most iconic D&D character class. No, it is not. It is not the most iconic character D&D class. So it shouldn't even be a class. Warlock is not a class. It's a subclass of cleric or wizard or maybe sorcerer. But yeah. All right. But that's not the only news. It's not the only news because we've got a new promotion. Somebody got a new job over at Wizards. We've got Justin Ramin Arman, who's now promoted to the Game Design Director of Dungeons and Dragons. Game Design Director of Dungeons and Dragons. This is the position the man who ruined D&D, Jeremy Crawford, used to have before he abandoned Wizards to go ruin Daggerheart and Critical Role and stuff like that. So this is Justice Ramin Arman. And if the name doesn't sound familiar with you, don't worry about it, because he has been the assistant to the assistant of the game design director, but now he is the game design director, which I don't know what that means. So I guess this is the job that Crawford used to have. He's been involved with several projects over at Wizards of the Coast, including the most recent starter set. And of course, let's not forget Infinite Staircase thing. That was one of his. Justice, thank you for the Infinite Staircase and all the great stuff that came out of the Infinite Staircase and Sturkavens and those adventures. Let's not forget the infamous wheelchair accessible dungeon. Yeah. And as for his gaming chops, well, he's been gaming since at least 2022. So yeah, he's now the new guy in charge. He's now the new Jeremy Crawford. This is the new Jeremy Crawford, Justice Ramin Arman. He's wearing a little Egyptian thingy. Well, I mean, he can't do a worse job than Crawford, right? So the bar's pretty low. So, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you can't do a worse job than Todd and Jeremy Crawford and Mackenzie Diom's Justice. So by that standards, I'm expecting great things from you. When my bar is really low, anything that even vaguely resembles an improvement to the current vomitous block that's coming out of Wizards is like, oh, hey, Wizards did something cool this week. So what do we think of the trailer for Warlock? Are we excited for this totally not D&D game that they slapped D&D on? It uses a beholder. Uses skeletons. It's a D&D game. No, probably it was a game that was already finished or mostly finished. And then you slap the D&D on it to make it a little bit more marketable. I don't know, because nothing screams Dungeons and Dragons high adventure to me like a 1990s music video by Tool. Not that I don't appreciate Tool, but yeah, I want to see D&D in a D&D video game. I don't want to see people having sex with bears. I don't want to see moody, raven-y, depressing stuff that, was cool in the early 2000s in World of Warcraft. I want to see D&D. I want to see epic dungeon crawling guys in armor and wizards and fantasy. Yeah. But again, the bar is pretty low. So yeah, we can expect good things because why is it? Oh, because
mischief in the classroom, potions gone astray. Flying through the quad, now brighter every day. Laughter we cry hard, sneaking out at night. Cloaks in the moonlight, everything feels right.